And we are live. And I have a new song. But it's not like the other songs. This is totally different. Just a heads up. Look at all these pop-outs. This is about the gut feeling, and I hope I'm wrong. Time will tell. Let me get the pop-out for TikTok. There goes the pop-out for TikTok. And what's up, Bobby? This is not my regular type of song. It's just a lot of things that I'm hearing. I wrote this about from behind the scenes. I can't believe it's almost 12 already. And like I said, this is not my usual type of vibe of writing, but I did it anyway. What am I missing? This one. I just wrote the lyrics and the song. All right, let me play the file. Let's display the screen. It was a long day, very long day of work. But this is about my new song. I'm just trying to get the camera to shrink. It's called War Drums. You know where this is going, right? And it's heavy. It's not like my usual stuff. decided to go a little heavy. That sounds like a Mission Impossible thing in the beginning. It's different. It can't be soft. It just can't be. Not war drums. This has got to be in your face. Now, there's a lyric in there, if you understand where I was coming from, right here. Allies against evil axis. Struggle between good and evil. Viewed through different lenses in the eyes of the beholder. Because one side is going to say the other side is the evil axis, and vice versa. Depending on where you sit in your position. Depends on the person and how they see it. Through a different lens, it's in the eyes of the beholder. There's little stuff I throw in there. You know what I mean? So I like it, and I'm still working on other versions. This is raw. I just did this. There will be other versions. If I find something better I like, there will be. But the lyrics are done. Right here. I'm going to do it one more time because I'm getting into it. It does have a Mission Impossible feel in the beginning.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place.
I had to do that.
Emotions whirl within with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. Bluster turned to fluster, tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people, the truth hidden behind the veil. Society begins its uprising, freedom will prevail. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one, confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option, the enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin, thunderous with every beat. A match ignites the tinder box, countries gripped in fear. Will this become the next world war, or soon to disappear? Allies against the evil axis, struggle between good and evil, viewed through different lenses in the eyes of the beholder. Once shielded by their sword, proxies begin to fall. Outer defenses penetrated as the forces approach the wall. A last stand drawn in the sand, a message of forewarning. Lay down your arms, this is our final warning. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one,
like I said, I might change it up. That's like the first draft. There probably will be a better choice that I make as I develop it. But like I said, I just do this together because I am telling you, I'm getting a lot of people telling me stuff, and it does not look good. And there's a game being played. And it's a lot of deception, trying to draw us into a trap of false security. And it's like, and I'll just give you an example. One day, it's put out there that we're going to lay down our arms. Oh, we so fear the United States. We're just going to lay down our arms and we don't want to get hurt. At the same time, they're getting armed with more sophisticated weaponry. And it's like, this is now, like you would say, how would I describe this? You're putting your assets in front of your territory as some type of shielding before it gets to you. So it's like building some peripheral wall, like a shield, that they need to penetrate through in order to get to the target. That's what's happening right now. So I think a lot of people probably would agree with this. The talks on Saturday are going to end up being a bust. And then it's going to get really intense and not good. But this has been going on for a long time. And it's coming to a point where either you do something about it or not, and it'll be too late. That's the way they're looking at it. And I think it's at the point of no return. This is just my opinion. I think the proverbial you know what is going to hit the fan. Unless something miraculous happens. But there's an example here with Gaddafi in Libya. When he gave up his nuclear program and his ballistic missile program, what ended up happening to him? And what ended up happening in Libya itself? Do you think that this country wants to even put themselves in a place of weakness or be portrayed as weakness? Do you think they're going to be willing to give up their nuclear program or their ballistic missile program? I say no. So the shit is about to hit the fan. That's why I wrote this song. Because if something, like I said, if somehow diplomacy is reached, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, peace is better than war. Always is. But I personally, from like I said, I'm getting people contact me who they talk to that's in certain positions. And let's put it this way, and I'm being hypothetical. Do you think last minute that the Prime Minister came to the United States because of tariffs? Or because they knew, or someone knew, that there was something planned a meeting and discussing it with the other side, with the prime minister, saying, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to discuss when we get in that meeting, whether it's indirect or direct, whatever. But it's going to be laid out. And if one side doesn't agree with the other, it doesn't matter which side you look at it from this point. If one side doesn't agree with the other, whether it's this side or this side, the end game is the same. So, like I said, and I cannot reveal who I talk to or my, because they're people that know other people that are in the military or intelligence. Let's just say that. Or not intelligence, or retired intelligence. Not current. Let me make that clear. Retired. And they're giving their, like you would see on TV. You have all these people, analysts that come on, and they come up with some kind of a theory or hypothesis or whatever. Opinions. Like I said, War Drums is happening right now. That's why I wrote this song. Bob, did you hear this yet? Did you experience my new song yet? It's heavy. But I wrote this after work because I was like, I've got to write a song about this. And I hope it's not premonition in nature. It's just that this is what I'm thinking right now. And I pray I'm wrong. See, I'm not the kind of person that wants to be right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Great. No problem. But I think it's going to take like close to a miracle for a diplomatic solution to this issue right now. I do. So we'll see. Bob, are you still here? Did you hear this yet? This song I wrote about an hour ago? Not even. Oh my God. The lyrics, yes, an hour ago. The song, 10, 15. Nick says it sounds like, in the beginning, Mission Impossible theme. But he says he likes the beat. I'm not crazy about the vocals. The beat I like. The vocals I'm not crazy about. To be honest. I will probably not settle for this song version. Tomorrow, when I'm not exhausted, I'll do some more experimenting with the type of vibe I want for this song musically. The lyrics are done. And I might even change something in there. I don't like this within with. And that'll fix that. But now I gotta save this. I'm not crazy about that. So there'll be a correction. There'll be a correction. Like, I can play with this right now and try to create a vibe. Because the lyric, like I said, the lyrics are there. This is the easier. That's the easy part. Believe it or not, the lyrics are the easy part. It's finding the right feel and vibe. That's not. Let me just put the title in here. And now I gotta copy all this and paste. The heat is on. So I'm gonna change it now. And change the vibe. And see what happens. There's no way I'm putting the song with certain keywords in here. So let's see what it generates. Because I like it, but I'm not in love with it. A song has to catch me. It has to grab me with the beat and the flow and the way the lyrics flow with it too. So it's always experimental. The main thing is writing, getting it written. Let's see what this one sounds like.
Appear in the sky.
I don't like the way he's singing it already.
Streak zigzag above. Top gun.
That's a bust. So I'm trying a different style right now, a mixture of different styles. I'm gonna take a word out. Because it's gonna make it sound like that. I know that already.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky.
Nope, don't like it. And I'm thinking about the sticks because if I find something that I can add,
thunder roar.
Don't like it. Sounds like Knight Rider. Like it. I have to take this word out.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streak zigzag above.
I don't like that either. It's not matching. It's not my vision. This one's too slow. Maybe not. I gotta see. I don't like it already. But it's not the right music for that kind of a song. That's the problem. It just can't be. It can't. It doesn't match the theme. So I'm gonna take some words out and change them. Ill. That's an ill.
Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly.
Oh, that's just brutal. think I'll stick with the first one so far.
Defense countermeasures in place. Motions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face.
Oh, God. It's more like it.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streak
Nope.
thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. The propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. Bluster turn to fluster, tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people, the truth
That ruined.
hidden behind the veil.
Oh, it had potential. Then it fell. I'm on the right track though.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly.
I don't like the lyric right there.
Battle stations for the
I killed it. No, the lyrics are fine. That's how it assembles it. It's just the way the AI does it. You gotta find the right flow. I am not changing my lyrics. Yeah, it does sound more heavy metal.
thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above,
I don't like it.
top guns blazing as they fly.
You gotta find the sweet spot. It really is. I could put female voice to try to change it up.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky.
It's almost the same exact shit. I like this so far. But watch, I'm gonna get disappointed.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky.
See?
Streaks zig-
Lyrics don't fit. Oh, I know what I want to put in there.
Thunder roars in the
And
distance.
I'm taking this word out.
Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the
No. Oh no. I'm just gonna put me to sleep. It's like a lullaby. I don't think a female voice is gonna work. It's not gonna work. No offense, not for this kind of song. I made a few, so I gotta see how they sound.
measures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension.
Ugh! What is that?
Blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet. Defense countermeasures in place.
Ugh! Look at this female voice. Let's fast forward.
Up here in the sky.
Oh, Jesus.
Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face.
Oh, my God.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear.
Huh. Oh, my God. Let's just skip the female voices. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Fills the air, false sense of security.
Nope, right there.
Bluster. Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks.
This is killing me. Let's take this word out.
Thunder roars in the distance.
Ugh.
Lights appear in the sky.
Ugh.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky.
Ugh.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear.
That voice, that vocal, I can't stand it.
Thunder roars in
Ugh.
the. Thunder roars in the distance.
Oh my God,
Lights
this
appear.
is brutal. I'm changing it up.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear. Thunder roars in the distance, lights
Oh,
appear.
Jesus.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky.
Don't like it. Alright, let's take another word out. It's too much.
Thunder roar.
Oh, God. Alright, I took some shit out. Oh my God. Sounds like a video game.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear
Alright,
in
we're
the
gonna
sky.
have to change the whole freaking thing.
Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage
Not liking
face
it
to
at all.
face. Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Thunder roars in the
Jesus. We're changing it up in a second. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, we're changing it up now.
thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blaze.
Vocals are killing me.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky.
Oh, that's just brutal. Brutal vocals.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet. Defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension. Soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. drums of war begin, thunderous with every beat. Every beat. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one, confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option, the enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin, thunderous with every beat. A magic ignites the tinderbox, countries gripped in fear. Will this become the next world war? Borders soon to disappear. Allies against the evil axis, struggle between good and evil. Viewed through different lenses in the eyes of the beholder. Once shielded by their sword, proxies begin to fall. Outer defenses penetrated as the forces approach the wall. A last stand drawn in the sand, a message of forewarning. Lay down your arms, this is our final warning. The power of the forces align with fearless eyes. Mission to be one, confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option, the enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin, thunderous with every beat.
It's better than the others. There's a few, Nick. There are a few. I changed the genre up.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks
See how the lyrics don't go?
guns blazing as they fly.
It doesn't flow. The other one flowed, but it's like, it's too. It's not supposed to be like a happy sounding song. It's war.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag up. Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place.
Did you?
Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face.
Ugh.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions
We're
whirl.
changing the genre.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly.
Not quite. leaves a unfit.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights of
I'm gonna try another thing. I'm not feeling that. I'm very picky with my music. I don't settle for anything. I have to feel it. It's the only way. I don't like the feel. At all.
thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they
I'm gonna turn it up even more. Now we're gonna really. Let me try something else.
thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Ground stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotion
I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, it's driving me nuts. I'm gonna try something else now.
thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions
I can't stand this.
apprehensions.
It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. It's too much. Changing it up.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky.
Almost.
Thunder roars in the distance.
Oh, jeez.
Lights appear in
How could you put a vocal like that? I don't like the flow.
thunder roars roars in the distance.
Shit's gonna put me to sleep.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet. Defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension. Soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet. Defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension. Soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air. False sense of security. Bluster turned to fluster. Tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people. The truth hidden behind the veil. Society begins its uprising. Freedom will prevail. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one.
Bust. I don't like it already. It's gonna be hard.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet. Defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension. Soon to engage face to face.
Please give me a song.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security.
See how hard this could be? Walking Dead sped up.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Prop guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet.
That's
Defense
brutal.
countermeasures.
That is brutal. I'm gonna give up because I'm starting to burn out. We need a fresh perspective. Hell no.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly.
The vocals suck.
Battle stations for the fleet.
Yeah, it had a promising start. That's too much for me. Oh my god. Let's take this word out. No way. No way. It's like I want to just goof around.
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet. Defense countermeasures in place.
Vocals are killing it.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. Bluster turned to fluster, tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people, the truth hidden behind the veil. Society begins its uprising. Freedom will prevail. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one. Confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option. The enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin. The drums of war begin. Thunderous with every beat. A match ignites the tinderbox. Countries gripped in fear. Will this become the next world war? Borders soon to disappear. Allies against the evil axis. Struggle between good and evil. Viewed through different lenses. In the eyes of the beholder.
might be the one. That is the one I want. This is the freaking one I want. That's definitely the one I want. Let's see what the other ones sound like, but that's the one. No. We found it, boys!
Thunder roars in the distance. Lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above. Top guns blazing as they fly.
Not as good. Not as good. I gotta keep this song stuff.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streets zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security.
Nope, right there,
Bluster
killed
turns
it.
to fluster.
All right, we got it though. Which one is it now? This one? This is it. This is it. This is the one. This is definitely the one. Thank gosh I didn't give up.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. Bluster turned to fluster, tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people, the truth hidden behind the veil. Society begins its uprising. Freedom will prevail. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one. Confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option. The enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin. The drums of war begin. Thunderous with every beat. A match ignites the tinderbox. Countries gripped in fear. Will this become the
Right?
next
This is
world
it.
war? Borders soon to disappear. Allies against the evil axis.
that's funny,
Struggle
Neuro.
between
And what's
good
up,
and
Neuro?
evil. Viewed through different lenses in the eyes of the beholder.
Now I gotta make a video for it.
Once shielded by their sword, proxies begin to fall.
That's it.
Outer defenses penetrated as the forces approach
This is
the
it.
wall. A last stand drawn in the sand, a message of forewarning. Lay down your arms. This is our final warning. The power
Oh, I pray to
of the
God I saved that.
forces align with fearless
Oh, I think I did. I hope I did. Because there goes my lyrics.
mission to be one.
Imagine that.
Confidence as they rise.
Hold on.
Defeat not an option.
I would flip out. The lyrics are still in this.
The drums of war begin. Thunder drums of war begin. Thunderous with every beat.
Oh, these are all my lyrics. Can you imagine? Got it. Okay, now let's see this. What time is it? I gotta watch the station. Where is it gonna pop up? Over here. We need the audio. Yes! The fleet, baby! The fleet! 2!
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they
See that
fly.
right there?
Battle stations
All
for
the way.
fleet.
USA, all the way.
Countermeasures in
Never a
place.
doubt. Never a doubt.
Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. Bluster turned to fluster, tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people, the truth hidden behind the veil. Society begins its uprising. Freedom will prevail. The power of the forces align with fearless allies.
This is the song.
Mission to be one. Confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option. The enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin. The drums of war begin. Thunderous with every beat. A match ignites the tinderbox. Countries gripped in fear. Will this become the next world war? Borders soon to disappear. Allies against the evil axis struggle between good and evil, viewed through different lenses in the eyes of the beholder. Once shielded by their sword, proxies begin to fall. Outer defenses penetrated as the forces approach the wall. A last stand drawn in the sand, a message of forewarning. Lay down your arms, this is our final warning. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one. Confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option. The enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin. Thunder drums of war begin. Thunderous with every beat.
See, when it all comes together, Alexa, stop. When it all comes together and the lyrics fit with the music and the feel, that's when it comes together. It has to blend all in. And it can be very frustrating because Nick asked a good question. The lyrics do not have to be changed. It's the vocals that the AI is creating that needs to change. That's why you got to go through so many different types of genres and styles till you find what you're looking for. So I wrote the war drums because I think they're beating right now. Between us, Israel, and Iran. I hope I'm wrong. But we'll see. I pray for peace. But if we have to, we have to. That's my take. And I support our troops. I support our country. And we got to do what we got to do. Bottom line. Enough's enough. Really. So that's what that song, when I was writing it, that was my vibe thinking going, because there's so much stuff going on. You may not be aware of it and what's going on behind the scenes, but there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. When somebody calls me and tells me to mute because they have information, and everything is always about sources. You don't know what these sources. You know how they always say, sources said. Who are they? But when you know who the sources are and their involvement or knowledge of, then things become a little more interesting. Like I said, to Neuro and Mike and Nicholas, think about this. And just, I hate, oh my God, the station. Holy shit, I almost blew it. I got 5 seconds to spare. Oh, I made it just in time. And I'm good till 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So that's good. Station is fine. By 5 seconds, I made it. But if you think and really think about what's going on and the build up to it, okay? And you know, when I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna put it out there. People could reach their own conclusions. Do you honestly think that the president called Netanyahu all of a sudden to come to the White House? Do you think, honestly, it was about the tariffs, or was it something else? Because even Netanyahu was caught off guard when the president said, we're having direct talks with Iran and Oman on Saturday. Netanyahu must have been like, what? You're doing what? But he must have informed him of what's coming and put the parameters in set that they can agree upon. Okay? That's why they met. I'm telling you, the terrorists were talked about, but you don't do that on a dime suddenly and call him in, fly here. I think he was in Hungary. I forget where Netanyahu was. Because they're preparing, and the assets are moving into place. Now, Iran told the neighboring countries, the United States better not launch from your territories, otherwise you're going to get targeted. Now, there are a lot of bases, not just airfields and everything else in the Middle East of the United States. There are a lot. So the bullshit that came out that the proxies in Iraq were going to lay down their arms and give in. And when I heard that, I said, this is the biggest BS I've ever heard. And at the same time that was being said, Iran, and you could look this up, supplied the proxies in Iraq with ballistic missiles, all kinds of weaponry. They supposedly have it. You could look this up yourselves. I'm not talking propaganda or however you want to label it. It's out there. I don't know, Times of London maybe was the one that did it. And I wouldn't be surprised if MI6 wasn't involved with this one. So they said one thing to try to think that we'd fall for some shit like that. And there, okay. Let's go to was it this one? The Times? Here we go. Here's an article. Iran defies Trump by arming proxy forces in Iraq with missiles. Iran has transferred long-range missiles to its proxy forces in Iraq for the first time, increasing the regime's military footprint in the region, even as the president threatens to hold Tehran accountable for the actions of its militia. The Times has learned that Tehran has been bulking up its presence in the region by supplying a new batch of weapons to powerful Shia militias in Iraq. Dashing hopes that Iran would withdraw support. Dashing hopes. Who even thought that was a hope? We all knew that was BS. As it prepares to enter negotiations with the United States over its missile and nuclear program. So that was all BS. They even said that they were leaving Yemen, the Houthis, on their own because it's inevitable that they fall. They would never, ever give in to their proxies like that. They would never. So whoever believed that had to be, woo. They're preparing for a defense, for an offensive by the United States and Israel. It's all rhetoric. It's propaganda. It's BS. They are preparing, as they should. So there is a model, the Libyan model. I've said this earlier, the Gaddafi model. When he gave up his nuclear program and ballistic missile program. And what happened to Gaddafi shortly thereafter? Not that long after. And what happened to Libya? Unrest, to say the least. Do you think Iran wants to be put in that same position? I don't think so. So I know one thing. Well, I don't know for a fact. Do you think that we're going to accept any more stalling? This is it. I'm telling you, this is it. There's not going to be where they say, well, we're going to meet again in a week or two. This is it. This is the deal. Either you take it or you don't. And they're not going to take it. So if I had to predict, I'm not optimistic about a solution here. I'm not. I always pray for peace. We don't want to see innocents, civilians, all that. You don't want to see that. War is never good. The people suffer. But I think our president is going to make that move. I hope Iran doesn't think he's bluffing. Because he's not bluffing. Not when you prepare for months for this. Because there's F-35s, there's B-2s, there is a lot of assets right now. And I wouldn't be surprised they break out toys that we've never seen. And like I said, I don't want to see a conflict, but I don't know how it doesn't happen at this point. I just don't. I cannot see Iran totally giving up its nuclear program and its ballistic missile program. I don't see it. Like, I hope I'm wrong. Saturday, I think everybody should pay attention to the news on Saturday. Now, I believe in Oman it's 8 hours ahead. Alexa, what's the time in Oman?
In Oman, it's 9:06 a.m.
It's 8 hours ahead. So when I get up on Saturday morning, I say 9. It's already 5 p.m. over there. So why I'm saying that is we're probably going to find out by midday Saturday there's going to be some public, I would say, statements by both sides. Probably by about the latest, I'm thinking 1 p.m. Eastern. The latest. That's 9 o'clock over there. So it's probably going to happen sometime in the morning. Remember, they're 8 hours ahead, and the meeting's supposed to happen Saturday, not Saturday night. So we're gonna find out a lot more by Saturday. So I'm saying this because I think people need to pay attention on Saturday to this. If you are in the United States, definitely Israel, Iran, the Middle East, our allies are paying attention. Our adversaries like Russia and China are paying attention. Pay attention to Saturday. And I'm not exaggerating the seriousness of this. I am not. Because like I said, I've been getting messages from people. And direct phone calls. So, like I said, pray for peace. Pray for peace. Pray that, rational thinking comes into play here. Because this could get ugly fast. That's why I wrote that song, War Drums. Because I believe they're beating right now. So, everybody went silent after I'm talking like this. Finally, Neuro says for sure. And anybody who thinks logically and sees the strategic implications here. I know someone, I'm not going to say because that person might be watching. Their nephew, a few weeks ago, got deployed in the region. Do not think that we're not getting ready in the event of. And do not think that the Iranian people are tired of a I can't even say the word, I'm so tired. A theocratic regime that controls them. A lot of the talk that you hear from people is such bullshit. Those people want freedom just like anybody else. And if that theocracy is destabilized, the people will rise. So, that's what I'm saying. And think about exactly. That's what I'm saying. They could both, exactly what you just said, Nick. I just said that a few minutes ago. One argument from either side or both can cause a war quick. One side or the other, if they don't agree, who knows what happens? The United States might not agree what Iran says. Iran might not agree what the United States say. Either way, it doesn't work out. Then what? Do you think that our president is going to say that he's going to do it and then doesn't do it, that would absolutely portray weakness on his part. He's not bluffing. He's not bluffing. And if they think, due to past experiences dealing with administrations, that President Trump is bluffing, then they're really in trouble. But they're on high alert. They're on high alert right now. And here's another thing to think about. Lebanon is not a worry for Israel to fly over. Syria is not really a problem for them to worry about flying over either. So for them, they can get into Iran without even going over Iraq necessarily. So, because that's a delicate situation with them in their Arab countries. But remember, it's Sunni Shia. You know, Saudi Arabia and some other countries don't like Iran. That's their enemy. Saudi Arabia's enemy is Iran. Really. Now, if you talk to somebody in the middle, say, oh, we're all together, we're stuck together, bullshit. That's bullshit. It's been going on for hundreds, if not thousands of years with the tribal factions. Do you think they're all going to come together? Publicly, they're going to denounce it. But you don't think that Saudi Arabia is going to feel more secure without having the Houthis, who they had a war with? Or wouldn't mind seeing that faction get pummeled? And if you cut the proverbial head of the snake off, what happens to all the other proxies that depend on Iran? Do you think that void's going to get filled up quick? I don't think so, because they are the main supplier. So there's a lot of ways to look at this. And, nobody wants to see civilians like what's going on in Gaza. You cannot deny what's going on in Gaza with the Palestinians. It's just abhorrent. It's just horrific to the people. And I understand that. But this is something totally different that we've had to deal with since the fall of the Shah in 79. Remember, and they'll talk about the colonialists, the British Empire. This goes way back in history. The French. So this has been going on for decades. And it's been building and building. And it's about to erupt. We're at that point right now. Whether people like it or not, that's where we're at. That's reality. I'm not just saying this because I don't do that. I'm not a person who does things to draw attention and clickbait and all this. This is just my honest assessment and opinion, and from hearing from others. So, yeah, I mean, yes, I see that. Neuro, I agree. What you just said about that. The girl in Iran. Do you honestly think they want to live like that? The people? Look, let me put it to you a different way. You can be Muslim, but look at how it is in Qatar, the UAE, Bahrain, even to a limit, Saudi Arabia, how they live and how modern it is and how developed it is. And generally peaceful. You don't think they're not the envy of the others? I mean, just look how beautiful it is there. And again, civil rights, that happens here too. But regardless, you could see a developed Islamic State country flourish and thrive and coexist with their own self-identity and not to feel threatened by it either. Because they're not. They're very secure with themselves. But then you have the other side that's not so happy, that likes to stir shit up. And this goes back to 47, when Israel was created, and the non-acceptance of Israel being created. And for them, that's exactly what it's about. Occupied land, in their view. They don't recognize the state of Israel. So, but there are other more moderate countries that are willing to engage and have relations with Israel. It's a very, it's really a tense and intense situation there. But I'm telling you, if Iran doesn't somehow negotiate something on Saturday, things are going to get really, really difficult, intense, ugly war. And I pray I'm wrong. I pray that there's a solution. I pray for peace. I'll say it again. But I would suggest, like I said a few minutes ago, I would suggest everybody pay attention to the news on Saturday. We might not get nothing out of it. They might keep it quiet. They might keep it hush-hush as to not make people freak out that war is coming. And I'm just saying, keep an eye on the news on Saturday, because that's when the meeting is in Oman. Now, I don't know if there's a time they announced. That's all secret. They're not going to announce things like that, specific details. They're not. And I'm surprised. I guess that was the only place that Iran would agree to, is your Oman. So this is from CBS News. And then I'm going to get off because I got to go to bed. I got therapy in the morning, physical therapy. So this is from CBS News. U.S.-Iran nuclear talks are set to begin in Oman. Here's what we know. Will hold talks in the Sultan of Oman on Saturday in an attempt to jumpstart negotiations over Tehran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. And yeah, the president said there would be direct talks and warned that Iran would be in great danger if the negotiations don't go well. Hours later, however, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas confirmed talks were set for Saturday in Oman, but referred to them as indirect, high-level talks that would be carried out through a mediator. See, this is what he warned. The Ayatollah has warned that Iran would respond to any attack with an attack of its own, alluding to the presence of thousands of American forces across the Middle East who are within range of Iran's rockets. And yes, the president wrote him a letter. Iran said, we're not going to be bullied and intimidated. We don't trust you. You backed out the last deal. How do we trust you now? That's pretty much what's going on. And so they're preparing. And they have 60% is what I heard the number. I don't know if it says it here in this article. Yeah, here it is. 60% purity. So, like I said, this is something I would suggest that everybody pays attention to this weekend. And the public statements that come out after the meeting and what either side says. We might get a feel, maybe. It depends how much they're willing to reveal after the meeting. Maybe they'll surprise people and say more meetings are scheduled to discuss, to negotiate. That would surprise me. But I'm not that surprised but I don't think the president is going to prolong this for too long. I don't. So, that's what I'm really concerned about right now. And it's interesting too, because with the pause of the tariffs, the 90-day pause, it's not on the table now. So now the focus for now is off the tariff issue, and the focus is now 100% on Iran on Saturday. You can believe that. And I don't know if they're connected. I don't think they are, but you never know, just to say, okay, we can't be dealing with this right now. We got to be dealing with that. And like I said, I think he was in Hungary. Let me see. I don't want to get missing the wrong thing. Here, right here. So, just look at the timing here. Put pieces together. And it's like, it makes sense when you see this. Israel's Netanyahu ends Hungary visit, heads to U.S. on Sunday. And it says here, heads to the U.S. to talk tariffs and Iran with President Donald Trump after his multi-day visit in Hungary. You better believe they discussed Iran. Because I don't think Netanyahu knew that the United States had arranged direct talks or indirect talks with Iran Saturday in Oman. And he wanted to go over things personally with Netanyahu. Now, yes, tariffs would have been discussed, and you could hear if you've seen the press conference, but I think a lot of the discussion had to do with Iran. I mean, you can always communicate other ways to talk about the tariffs. I didn't see any other countries flying here to talk tariffs. On a dime, he flew from Hungary right to the United States to talk to Trump. Iran is the wild card. And you can believe that. So, and like I said, Nobody wants war. Nobody. I don't know anybody in their right mind that would want war. I'll say it again. I pray for peace. But I think this is going to hit the fan. I really do. I don't see Iran giving it up. I don't. Unless they try to say, okay, we're going to give it up. But the United States is going to demand incredible inspection everywhere. And, you know, are they going to think that they could just, like, on the sly, still develop it, hide stuff, and still, I don't know. So pray for peace. And to everybody that's watching right now, because I gotta go to bed, keep an eye on Saturday. On wherever you get your information from. Keep an eye on Saturday, I'm telling you. Quick question for me. Okay, Glacial, because I'm getting off. I'm exhausted. I've been working all day. I'm exhausted. Yeah, pray for peace. Who wants war? Do you honestly think a lot of the citizens of the United States want to get involved in another war? Drawn out war, possibly in the Middle East of all places? Do you honestly think U.S. citizens want that? But at the same time, this shit has gone on for too long. In my view, it's been going. I don't even want to get into other topics, but what were you going to ask, Glacial? Yeah, neuro. I work a lot. It would have to be on a weekend. It would have to be on the weekend. Like a Saturday night. Definitely not Sunday because I do work then too. I am constantly working. Tomorrow I got shows from 6 to 10. Friday till 11. Saturday, nothing. Oh, bullshit. I can't. I got Mark coming out with me to talk astronomy Saturday night. Maybe Sunday night. Maybe Sunday night. But I'm down. I'm down to talk about UFOs and all that. Definitely. He just better be ready for me. That's all I'll say. You know how to communicate with me, Glacial, on TikTok. You could always send me messages, and we'll work out a stream. I don't know how the person streams that they want me to go on with them as a guest, but we'll figure it out. But I'd be willing to go and talk UFOs and stuff like that. Okay, keep me updated on TikTok. And what do I have? No, I don't use Discord anymore. I haven't used Discord in years. Years. There is many ways to stream. I know Discord has become a big thing, but Discord is also very vulnerable. It's not a secure. You use Discord for, okay, so people use it. I don't know. I don't even know if I could log in. I don't even know if I remember. I know I probably still have it. I need to go to bed. I got therapy. It's opening up now. I gotta get off screen because, for a second, I'm just gonna leave this up here. It's trying to open. I need to make a salad before I go to sleep. Yeah, it's checking for. It's doing that whole loading thing. I don't know if I'm logged in. I wouldn't even know. It's trying to start up Discord. Oh, it's popping open over here. Oh, it's asking me for my login. Like, I'm gonna remember. There's no way. Oh my God. No way. Password. What? Please click on the object that is different. Okay. They just sent me a message on my phone. I did not get it. Hold on. Ain't nothing coming through. Answer to the phone number connected to the account. Well, I didn't get no message. So yeah, I would have to figure out Discord. I have no idea. I'm trying to look at it now. I haven't used it in many years, actually. I don't know. There's no other way to do this? Cancel. Let me try an email. All right, it supposedly sent an email. That's if it's the email that I used here. It did. That went through. That one went through. Shit, I screwed up. All right, let's see. I just changed. Let's see if I log in. Please check your email. New login. Now it sent me another email. Verify. Authorized. Let's try it again. I'm in. I'm in. All right, I've logged in. I haven't been on this in God knows how long. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Mike Huckabee confirmed as U.S. Ambassador to Israel. Okay, so I'm in. That's the main thing. So I do have Discord back up, and we'll talk about that offline. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't want to hear myself loud. All right. Glacial. I've got it set up. But There's other ways to stream. I don't know how tech savvy your friend is, but there's other ways to stream. Is it audio only? Is it video? I mean, you're talking to me. He streams on Kick. I'm on Kick right now. I'm actually on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on 7 platforms right now. 7. So I'm streaming to 7 destinations right now. The Rumblers, TikTok, the TikTokers, where you are in Twitch, the Tube. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be, Neuro. It's probably gonna be via video using Discord. I've never used it. I haven't used it in, like I said, 6 years at least, maybe more. The last time I used Discord. Anyway, I need to go to bed. I'm gonna play my song one more time, the one I wrote tonight. War Drums. And I hope my gut feeling when I wrote the song doesn't turn out to be. But you see that flag back there? I'm all about that. No doubt about that. And sorry if you're on the other side of that flag. What can I tell you? But when it comes down to country, there's no doubt in my mind. Just saying. USA, 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 all the way. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna play the song I wrote the lyrics to tonight. It took me a while to find it, and it's funny because Neuro and Nick agreed. That's it. That's the one. Heck yeah, proud to be an American. Of all places, I was born in Manhattan. Metropolitan Hospital. That's where I was born. April Fool's Day. Can you imagine? It's too funny. All right, here it is. I want to play before I go to bed.
Thunder roars in the distance, lights appear in the sky. Streaks zigzag above, top guns blazing as they fly. Battle stations for the fleet, defense countermeasures in place. Emotions whirl with apprehension, soon to engage face to face. Propaganda fills the air, false sense of security. Bluster turned to fluster, tyranny's path to obscurity. Misleading their people, the truth hidden behind the veil. Society begins its uprising. Freedom will prevail. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be one. Confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option. The enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin. The drums of war begin. Thunderous with every beat. A match ignites the tinderbox. Countries gripped in fear. Will this become the next world war? Borders soon to disappear. Allies against the evil axis. Struggle between good and evil. Viewed through different lenses in the eyes of the beholder. Once shielded by their sword, proxies begin to fall. Outer defenses penetrated as the forces approach the wall. A last stand drawn in the sand, a message of forewarning. Lay down your arms, this is our final warning. The power of the forces align with fearless allies. Mission to be won, confidence as they rise. Defeat not an option, the enemy will lie in defeat. The drums of war begin, thunder drums of war begin, thunderous with every beat.
And with that, I go to bed. So good night to everybody. Be well, be blessed, be safe. Pray for peace, and keep an eye on your news on Saturday. I can't emphasize that enough. Stay, be aware of what's happening around you. That's my advice. Anyway, love to all of you. Love to all your families. Blessings. And I will say it ending with this. God bless the USA, our troops. And Godspeed to them and their families. And don't mess with us. Don't mess with us. That's my advice. Don't do it.